Hey everybody, Fox 35 Storm Team Meteorologist Laurel Blanchard here, and we are going to be starting off our stream a little bit differently today. Usually on Thursdays I get a little bit of a visit from Jonah here on this stream, and it's Wednesday, and not only do we have Jonah here, we have Evan here too! Aww, that's okay. You guys looked cool anyway, sort of.
Is that where I look?
Yeah,
right
this camera right here. So welcome to Fox 35 Weather Plus, both of you.
It's good to be here on Fox 35 Weather Plus.
Happy to be here. You both were talking about World Cup earlier on in your pre-recorded show, which airs Saturday?
Saturday morning, yep.
Saturday morning. So do we have a time?
And also Thursday at midnight.
Oh!
Which I guess is technically Friday.
For you night owls.
Friday morning, technically?
Yeah.
Technically?
First half hour of Friday.
But have both of you been watching World Cup?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
That sounds very short of everything.
Yeah, I've been watching, saw the goals, and I saw Team USA win.
Yeah, that was cool.
Last week, 4-1.
I feel like that's
watched
just
all
been
that.
on my TV constantly, but have I been paying attention? That is the biggest thing.
I did see Messi's hat trick.
Yeah!
In
That was crazy.
actuality, there have been some really fun matches.
Yeah!
Like really good matches.
I have to say, though, the most entertaining part of the World Cup, and here, I'll back up so you guys can get a little closer to the mic, genuinely has genuinely been seeing not only the soccer or football players interacting with just American culture, but
the fans, too.
the fans, too.
Yeah.
And I'm originally from Boston.
Oh, yeah.
You're New York.
New York, yeah.
You're Central Illinois.
Illinois, yeah.
So two of us have games basically in our hometowns, in official matches in our hometowns. And seeing not only the Norwegians, but the Tartan Army take over Boston has been the most entertaining thing.
Haven't they been rowing the boat?
Roo! That's the chant. It's two beats
Pretty
and a roo, and they've been doing it up like subway escalators. They've been doing
I
it
saw
in
that video.
Fenway.
That was funny.
It's been fun.
Yeah.
It's been fun seeing the social media behind everything.
Yeah, who knew Scots could outdrink New Englanders?
Okay. That's what I was shocked about, because the 2 days that the Scots were taking over Boston, they outdrank one of the most famous bars in Boston, in Faneuil Hall, and they tripled the sales that they would normally make on St. Patrick's Day.
Well, that's just because you weren't there.
That's true.
That's just because you weren't there.
I mean, maybe. But genuinely, the amount of people that are there on St. Patrick's Day in Faneuil Hall, you are shoulder to shoulder with everybody. Never mind in a very, very small, narrow bar. Crazy.
It's pretty awesome, yeah. And I feel like this is changing the world's perception of America.
Yes.
Because, I mean, all you hear in the news is, like, how terrible we are and stuff like that, especially from other countries, especially when I see online.
Yeah.
I'm chronically online, and I see that. But, like, they're like, wow, this isn't half bad. They go to New York, they go to these delis and stuff. They're like, oh, my God, this is amazing.
Oh, yeah.
The reactions that I've seen to Buc-ee's have been my favorite so far.
Yeah.
And Bass Pro Shops.
Is Bass Pro Shop even that good? Or do
Okay.
we just take that for granted?
Well, I think it's pretty cool, because it's also like you have an aquarium, it's a
that's
shooting
cool.
range in some areas.
We live by the ocean. If you want to see some animals, go to the ocean.
And that's the most amazing part, because I've been following one German football player, Freddie. And
Yes.
Have you guys been following him too?
Oh, yeah.
First off,
Freddie went to Whataburger yesterday.
he went to Whataburger. He's an Ella fella now.
I saw he got, like, somebody reached out to him and said, we'll private jet you to Oklahoma City tonight. And he goes, no, thanks. We're going to drive around Houston tonight. or
Which, I mean,
something
good
like
for
that.
them.
Yeah, he's not trying to get famous off this. He just is.
Did you see the Japanese fans cleaning the stadium?
Yes.
That's my favorite.
That is so cute. And,
What stadium?
where
Where
were
did
they just
play?
in?
I don't know. And Google it.
It was the game that they played against Netherlands?
Is that in Boston?
I'll just pull out Google.
Was that in Boston?
That's a great question. It might have been in Houston. I don't remember.
Houston, yeah.
But
Sorry.
one thing that all the players, whether it's in Houston, in Miami, in Boston, the craziest thing over the past week, and I'll bring you guys in on this conversation as well, has been the heat. And especially when I saw England and New Zealand play in Tampa, there was a low humidity day. And England was starting to get a little bit sloppy at the end of that friendly. That was just before the World Cup started. So
It was Dallas, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I was just Googling.
Close enough.
Well, England's coach talked about that when they came to Orlando.
Yeah.
He's like, we're happy to. He's like, we had a great time here in Florida, but kind of happy to get to Kansas City and get to a lot less humid, a lot less hot conditions. But I will say, anybody that knows the Midwest in the summer,
Oof.
it gets brutal.
Yes.
So
And it's going to be brutal here over the next couple of days. So, are there any tips in order to stay cool in this brutal heat? Because over the next couple days, we are talking about heat indices over 100 degrees. And I'm talking probably like close to 111 between tomorrow and Friday. So, any tips?
Yeah.
First off, loving the hydration
Yeah.
breaks that they're including in the World Cup. Good
Oh,
for them.
are we,
This-
are we
this
talking
new this
purely
year, right?
soccer?
I mean,
or tips in general?
Tips in general.
My
but
tip would be stay inside.
good advice. Good advice.
if you've got a hose, spray yourself. Go to the pool. You could go to the ocean.
Get a friend
You
who
could
has
do
a pool.
an ice
That's
bath.
the way to go.
Yeah, Laurel's got a pool, so
No, I don't. That's the thing. I have a little blow up kiddie pool.
that's
it.
good enough. That's good enough.
That's what I bought this past week.
Because apparently everybody thinks I'm pale, so maybe I'll just come float in your kiddie pool. And
Not things
Catch
as
a
if
tan.
it's not an opinion. It's a fact.
Yeah, true.
But my arms are a lot tanner than the rest of my face, and those lights in there are horrible. I don't know how you guys put up with it.
A lot of makeup
Laurel's
there, my
tanner
friend.
than she looks on TV, guys.
Oh, okay. I have to say though, usually I don't tan because apparently, so between me and my family, I got all the Irish genes, my family got all the Italian genes, and I'm one of the palest out of my family, and I've been holding a tan since I moved to Florida.
So you're Italian and Irish?
Yes.
Okay.
My sister got all the Italian genes, and
So
I
you
got all the Irish genes. Yep.
But that's why they needed you in Boston at that bar, so that you could have
I got to show them up.
drove up the sales. You could have shown everybody up. Hey, Dan Potter says he's watching the College World Series baseball.
Oh yeah,
That's a
Cinderella
good,
story.
Hey, good job, Dan. That's a good thing to watch.
And
Yeah.
William also says drinking lots of water and tea, which I'm horrible at drinking water, so I need like the flavor, like the liquid IV, in order to get like just flavor. I get bored of just regular water.
That doesn't taste good.
You know what? He says tea. Tea is good, but with those Sun Cruisers, those are good, man.
Goodness.
That's like, I think it's mixed with like vodka or something. I mean, I'm not promoting drinking, but if I'm having some iced tea, I'm gonna have a Sun Cruiser. Those are good.
Trying to
That's
stick
how you'll
with
keep
water and
yourself
Gatorade.
hydrated.
Just trying to stick with water and Gatorade. However, more or less just trying to keep up with drinking water because again, I'm pretty bad at it.
What are your tips?
William also asked who we are.
Oh, so
We do sports.
Barry Bonds, right here.
which Fox Local, we're sending you to a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit more about the tropics coming up. But these guys, Jonah is our sports reporter. He does a fantastic job in any sports here across Central Florida. He's your guy. Evan has been a huge part of the sports show that has been here with Fox 35, and he is our sports consultant. But
Yeah.
normally, I work with Evan quite a bit because Evan is also a photographer
You
here.
call me the jack of all trades.
Yes.
Yeah.
I edit. I'm a photographer. I talk about sports, movies. I could probably fix your house if you need that. I couldn't. Don't
Well, with a YouTube tutorial beforehand. yes,
Okay,
then
yeah,
you might
for
be
sure.
able
I can
to.
do anything. With YouTube, all things are possible.
But these guys are awesome. Go tune in on Read Between the Sidelines coming up technically early Saturday morning, midnight on Saturday.
Saturday morning, but also Thursday night at midnight.
Oh, that's what it was.
Why
Up
do
late
we
at
do
night.
that?
Up late at night. I love that.
Just-
That's when I watch.
Just turn on Fox 35 and just leave it on for the weekend.
Good stuff. And honestly, that's what I feel like a lot of people are doing, just watching the World Cup. And because that's been on my TV for the past, week now? Since the World Cup started, a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been
Oh,
a
jeez.
little over a week, I think.
A little over a week.
Wow.
I've
Crazy
always
stuff.
wanted to do this. Look at that. She's got ears.
All right, never mind. Get out of my stream, both of you. All right, thank you guys. Much
Thank you,
appreciated.
Laurel.
Enjoy the rest of your day.
Bye, Laurel.
And now it's time to get down to business. So we have a minute until, actually, Fox Local Friends are going to be coming back in a few. I'm actually a couple minutes early. So in the meantime, let's actually talk about the tropics, because originally, we'll talk a little bit more about this coming up after the break, but Tropical Storm Arthur, as the 11 a.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, was official in the Gulf. And so Arthur is kind of going to be riding along the Texas and Louisiana coastline. So with that, here's the 2 p.m. update. Just about 2 hours ago, this got released. Tropical Storm Arthur now up to 45 miles per hour, moving northeast at 9 miles per hour. Yes, it's windy, especially in Houston right now, but the rain is really going to be the kicker. So taking a look, here's what we're seeing with the latest of Arthur. Again, this is from the 2 p.m. update. Most likely, this is going to be a very short-lived storm. Once it works its way into the Louisiana coastline, that's where we're going to be seeing this thing fall apart. But it's not just the tropical storm that we're watching, it's the rain and tropical moisture that's associated with it that could be quite an issue, especially for Texas, for areas across Louisiana, because especially along the Gulf Coast, Louisiana and Texas coastlines are already under a tropical storm warning. So tropical conditions happening currently. That's the difference between a watch and a warning. Warning happening within the currently or within the next 24 hours. Watch is within the next 48 to 72 hours, basically. So with that, already seeing those tropical conditions happening out there right now, but on top of it, flood watches are already being issued pretty much all across the Gulf Coast. And with that, is this a marine statement too that's also happening? Aerial flood watch is happening. So even though this storm doesn't look super prominent, there's going to be a lot of rain falling in a short amount of time. There's a lot of tropical moisture in the atmosphere, and you can see areas already under flood advisories pretty much region-wide across the Gulf Coast. So New Orleans all the way up to Atlanta, we're going to be watching this area closely, especially because we could be seeing upwards of 10 inches of rain in some areas. So here's the current radar. We can see that Gulf storm, the circulation of it, kind of following up the Texas coastline, majority of the rain starting to move up to the Louisiana coastline. And then with that, my clicker's not working. There we go. With rainfall totals, we're going to be seeing quite a bit. So areas especially across central Mississippi, central Alabama, could be seeing upwards of 10 inches of rain. So that's really going to be the main threat when it comes to this storm. And even here in Central Florida, it's going to amp up our rain chances, taking a look ahead towards this weekend. So Fox 35, Fox Local, we're going to send you to break. We're going to be talking real quick, just kind of a refresher about tropical information while you're on break. We'll see you back here in about 2 minutes. But if you are on Facebook and YouTube, let us know if you've been watching the World Cup. Benjamin on YouTube saying that they're watching the World Cup. Dan Potter saying they're watching the Baseball World Series. Woohoo, that's kind of like my sport of choice. Dan Potter also saying they're watching the World Cup. And Harry Vanderkamp watches saying that they also drink Gatorade and electrolytes in order to keep things in. That is currently what's in my water bottle right now because I took the dog for a walk this morning. And it was hot. So you're definitely sweating a lot more, especially with this. So that is the latest on that. But really what I want to do in just these next couple of minutes is just give a little bit of a refresher. So now that this is the first tropical storm of the season, there are 2 times that you really need to keep an eye on. The 2s, the 8s, the 5s, and the 11s. So this is when everything updates, especially when we're talking about daylight time. So for path updates, when you're going to get an update on the cone specifically, 5 a.m., 11 a.m., 5 p.m., 11 p.m. Those are the target times if you're looking for an update on the cone. For position updates, 2s and 8s. So 2 a.m., 8 a.m., 2 p.m., 8 p.m. That is when the position is going to be updated and the stats of the storm is going to be updated. The path is going to be staying the same, but 5-11, 5-11 is when you're going to be seeing cone updates, position updates coming up on the 2s and the 8s. So that's that right there. So just a little bit of a refresher on just the timing of everything. And that's when we're going to be seeing any of the updates. So if you're curious, key in on those times, especially on social media. You'll probably see updates from especially a lot of meteorologists across the country, specifically during these times. So Fox Local friends are going to be coming back in a few minutes, but thank you all for your comments about how to stay cool in the heat. Much appreciated. And I have to say, I was mowing the lawn yesterday, so Tuesday, and it felt like 101 degrees, which is cool compared to what we're going to be feeling over the next couple of days. But specifically, I had to put a zone of the sprinklers on because it was just so hot out there. It was just so hot. I needed to literally put the sprinklers on in my yard while I was mowing the lawn. So it was crazy stuff right there. But Fox Local friends, welcome back. Mainly we just talked about during the break other tips in order to stay cool during this brutal heat. And then just a couple of times that if you're curious of when the cone updates, key times that you're going to need to keep an eye on, 5, 11, 5, 11. So 5 a.m., 11 a.m., 5 p.m., 11 p.m. is when we see the updates of the cone. So whenever we're talking about tropical storms, we have the cone of uncertainty. And just here's a quick reminder of that. So from the 2 p.m. update from the National Hurricane Center, 45 mile per hour winds kind of working its way up towards Houston right now. Most likely it's going to be a very short-lived storm. Should be pretty much gone in a low pressure system. It should be post-tropical low Arthur by the time we hit tomorrow morning. So Jessica and Brooks will have an update for you coming up then. So to talk a little bit closer to home, what are the threats that we could be seeing here across Central Florida? So I'm bringing up our rain totals again. Especially we're probably not going to be seeing as much flooding, but that's just not Florida. We're definitely going to be seeing a lot of rain. Areas, especially across the Panhandle, kind of moving more towards Pensacola area, could be seeing upwards of 6 inches of rain just because of all that tropical moisture. There's going to be a lot of moisture in the atmosphere. That's why our humidity is higher, and that's also why we're going to be seeing more widespread rain, but not as much torrential rain, if that makes sense. So our rain chances go up because of all the tropical moisture in the atmosphere, but for rain total-wise, we're definitely not in the bullseye for that. But we are going to be seeing, again, our daily sea breeze storms kind of interacting with that higher potential for tropical moisture in the atmosphere, and that's what's going to be creating much more widespread storms. Taking a look a little bit later on, coming up over the next couple of days and into the weekend, you'll see our rain chances go up in a few. So taking a look at the storm names, we now have Arthur on the board. So we can see right here, just a reminder, as now we have the first name pretty much on the list. We have Arthur. Next name up is Bertha. Next is Cristobal. Then we have Dolly, and then Eduardo coming up. Edward coming up as we take a look ahead a little bit later on. We round out the list with Teddy, Vicky, and Wilfred. So that's kind of like a big overview of the storm names coming up this season. But now let's talk a little bit closer to home, because again, if you've just been outside over the next couple of days, and heads up, if you're planning on heading to the theme parks, hop over to our YouTube page, hop over to our Facebook page, follow the tips that our viewers have been giving in the comments. Drink plenty of water, stay in the AC. Jonah had a great idea with that. Evan had a great idea with just not going outside, period. It's going to be hot and humid at the parks. Try to take it easy, because genuinely, I'm one of those people that if I'm planning a theme park day, it is a rope drop to fireworks and then some kind of day. And just trying to make the most of it. Take it easy. Maybe even try splitting it up, go back to the resort, go back to the pool for a little bit, and then head back later on in the evening when it's a little bit cooler, because it is just going to be so hot the next couple of days. And that's why we have a Fox 35 Storm Team alert in effect for not only today, but Thursday and Friday as well, because again, it is going to be feeling up to 111 degrees outside. Our daily highs are going to be in the mid and upper 90s, but with the humidity as well, oof. I'm sweating just looking at this number. And then on top of that, Thursday and Friday, we're seeing our rain chances go up because of all the tropical moisture that's going to be working its way over Central Florida over the next couple of days. So with that being said, let's take a look outside right now. We already took a look over our iDrive camera. Here is a look at the current radar. We're still going to be seeing some storms today, but nowhere near as widespread as what we're going to be seeing Thursday and Friday. So a couple of storms from Spring Hill, kind of working their way up towards Daytona, going to be kind of working their way down towards Orlando as we take a look ahead through the rest of the evening. So speaking of the rest of the evening, here's what we're looking at. Taking a look throughout just the next couple of hours, 95 degrees, 96, 95 until about 5 p.m. We're going to be tracking a couple of pop-up storms, but nothing severe, just a couple of storms and not super widespread, very scattered for today specifically. Tomorrow, little bit of a different story. So first, let's talk about the heat. Highs tomorrow, we're going to be flirting with record highs tomorrow. 96 degrees in Orlando, 93 in New Smyrna, 91 in Cocoa. We're going to be in the mid and upper 90s pretty much across the board. So with that, let's add in the humidity. So forecast for the heat index specifically, it is going to be feeling like 111 in Titusville. Whew. And as usually along the coast, it's a little bit cooler because we have that cool air coming off the ocean. Not in this case. It is just going to be feeling hot all across Central Florida. And that's what's going to be the trend as we take a look just not only through Thursday and Friday, but Saturday and Sunday as well. So if you do have any plans with Dad, maybe to go to the beach, to the theme parks, take it easy, but also specifically Saturday and Sunday, we're going to be looking at some pretty widespread rain over the next couple of days. So just be careful with that, especially on Sunday. Widespread rain through the afternoon and evening. So any plans with Dad, better outdoor plans specifically, better to get in anything early as opposed to later on. So that's the heat. Let's take a look at one of the models so we can focus in on the timing of the storms. And I had a model up. Where did that go? But just more to talk about the heat real quick because I just saw this graphic and I like it. Throughout the next couple of days, the humidity is not only just going to be a lot of water in the atmosphere, a lot of water vapor in the atmosphere, but how warm that water vapor is, that is what's going to be making it feel just even extra sticky and extra humid out there. As soon as you walk outside, whether it's in the morning or the afternoon, it is going to be a wall of water. As soon as you open up that front door, hoof, it's just going to be rough. And it's just, again, that instant sweat. So feeling very tropical this week. That is how warm the dew point is, so how warm the water vapor in the atmosphere is. We are easily 75 degrees plus. And then on top of that, one of my favorite ways to stay cool, and probably a tip, even though, I would love to eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Probably not fantastic or not a fantastic diet. However, it's a great way to stay cool. But you're going to need to eat it quick because, again, it is just going to be instant melting because we're talking heat indices, 100 degrees plus. So feels like temperatures are going to be very, very warm. So if you are planning on maybe cooling down with a little bit of ice cream, it's going to be a puddle in seconds or soup in seconds. So just make sure, again, trying to just take any cause you can in order to just make sure you're staying cool out in that really, really warm air. Let's switch gears real quick because, again, we're going to be seeing a pretty widespread rain as we take a look Thursday and Friday as well. Where did this graphic go? I promise I kind of prepared for this. There we go. But over the next 5 days, today things are being very scattered. Thursday, Friday, amps up. Saturday, pretty much going to be the most widespread of rain and thunderstorms that we're going to see, slowly coming down as we take a look ahead towards next week. But to really focus in on the timing of everything, let's take a look at one of the models that we got up right here. I've been extra horrible this week. Anybody else? I've been horrible lately about remembering what day it is. I was totally convinced today was Tuesday when I woke up today. So my apologies if I've totally been saying the wrong day. And so to focus in on what's happening on our Wednesday evening, here's our model right here. So pop-up storms, Deltona to Daytona Beach, pretty much all along I-4 from Kissimmee to Daytona. You're probably going to be seeing a storm at some point today. Very scattered though, 10, 15 minutes, it's out of here. Then once we head into our Thursday, tomorrow morning looks fantastic. So morning commute looks good. Once we head into about 1:30, 2 o'clock, that's when we start to see those storms pick up. Much more widespread than what we have been seeing or what we're going to be seeing today. So much more widespread storms, maybe even seeing the potential for a little bit of hail, widespread heavy rain as we take a look ahead towards our Thursday. And it's a pretty much rinse and repeat on Friday as well. So just a heads up for that. Seeing those rain chances compared to today, much more widespread as we head to a little bit later on this week. And Galen just writing in, you do a good job. Second video I'm watching. Yes, I remember you watching from this weekend. How often do you do Facebook Lives? I know for a lot of our veteran viewers here that have been tuning in for quite a while, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, basically Monday through Friday, anytime from 3:30 to 4 p.m. That's where we're on here. So feel free to join in. And if, Galen, you're doing anything specific outside, we will also give you a personalized forecast as well. So, but that's usually when we come on, is 3:30 to 4 o'clock on weekdays. Saturday, Sunday, we're trying to figure out a permanent time, but also sometimes the weather is just so crazy that we're on pretty much constantly on the weekends when we're not on the air. So things get a little bit more on the sporadic side in the weekends, but anytime from 3:30 to 4 p.m. right here on weekdays is when we're on. So, threats for tomorrow. I believe this is Saturday, but this is going to be similar threats for what we're going to be seeing today, or Thursday and Friday. Damaging winds, number one. Lots of lightning. Flash flooding, just because of that, a lot of that tropical moisture. Some areas could be seeing upwards of 5 inches of rain by the time we're done with Friday, just because of that areas, especially along I-4, going to be getting hit and with this training effect, so getting hit with the same areas of rain over and over again. And then still the potential for a little bit of hail, taking a look ahead towards Thursday and Friday. I know this says Sunday, a little bit of an old graphic, but message is the same. Gusty winds, lightning, flash flooding, main three threats. Hail is also a little bit of a possibility in there too. So we are getting short on time, so I'm going to pop up your 7-day forecast. Yes, and that's the right one. I'll pull this up full so you can see it, and if you have any plans, definitely let us know. We are here to be your personal forecast meteorologist. So in the meantime, here is your 7-day forecast. So tomorrow and Friday, because of the heat and more of the widespread storms that we're going to be seeing, Fox 35 Storm Team Alert days. It is going to be feeling upwards and well into the triple digits both Thursday and Friday. A little bit less as we take a look ahead to the weekend. And again, here's your reminder, Father's Day is on Sunday. It's still going to be hot. Rain chances coming down ever so slightly, but still, especially if you do have any plans this weekend, morning time is the time to go. Then once we take a look, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, Tuesday, things are looking a little bit more scattered. Wednesday, we start to pick things back up when it comes to storm-wise. So that's pretty much an overview of what we can see over the next couple of days, but that is pretty much our time. So let me pop up our 2-box, but if anyone has any questions, let me do one last check of our Facebook and YouTube. Elizabeth Post, you're in Titusville, right? Still no rain, staying inside until it rains. Yep, makes sense. And especially with this heat, makes total sense for sure. Benjamin saying it's 81 degrees in Chelmsford, Massachusetts. I'm from Mass as well. I'm from South Shore, Massachusetts. And Michael Evans saying roughly about 2 inches yesterday. Yes, I know. Brevard County is in desperate need of rain for sure. And then one last check in Titusville. I think we've been keeping up on our Facebook page. Yeah, we look good. But thanks to everyone for watching today. I know that was a lot between Evan and Jonah making a quick crash, but I'm glad they did in order to promote their new show and their show that they've been doing. But also, yeah, lots of news, especially with the tropics, our rain kind of continuing to pick up, and as well as the heat that we're going to be seeing over the next couple of days. Just try to stay cool. That's the best advice I have. Make sure you're staying hydrated, and make sure you're staying a bunch of AC breaks over the next couple of days because, yeah, you're going to need it for sure. But thanks again for watching, folks. We will be back same time, same place, coming up for your Thursday. We'll see you then.